Hey guys, so we're home. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, and it's been a great day. It really has been a great day. So, how was my experience with my very first Alabama game? Um, well, I would do it again in a heartbeat, in a big heartbeat. I loved it. I didn't think that I would like it. I really, I really didn't. I wasn't that big into high school football. Um, I just never was. I just didn't like it. If I went to a game, it was to hang out with people. It wasn't to watch the game. But Jonathan and them were going to take Derek to the game because Derek is a diehard Alabama. He's a football. He's a sports fanatic. Let's just say that because he does them all. He does basketball, college football, NFL. I mean, this TV is on something all the time. Um, but I used to be, you know, a big Alabama fan. Never been a big football fan, but I didn't miss an Alabama game or not like that if I could help it, if I didn't have to work. But by my mid-30s, I kind of just drifted away from football altogether and got out of it. And I just really ain't been interested in it much. And so they got a ticket for Derek because they thought he was off. Well, Derek was not off. And if anybody knows my hubby, if it's not vacation time, unless it's an emergency, he ain't taking off. Now, he really hated the fact that he was missing this Alabama game because you gonna take him to a football game, that's just right up his alley. But he wouldn't take off of work to go. So, I told Jonathan, I said, Jonathan, I've never been to a football game, and I don't really know if I would like it. And I thought about it for a few minutes, and I said, and he's like, Mama, do you want to go or not? And I was like, you know what? Sure, I'll go. I might as well go and at least experience it one time. Just to see. I really was scared that I was going to be miserable, aggravated, blah, 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 blah. And to my surprise, I loved it. I will be going back. Derek and I will figure out a way to make it happen because I loved it. I really loved it. I just can't believe how much I did love it. Now, if you're somebody that doesn't like to walk a lot or can't walk, make sure you take you means of transportation, as in a hover round or something, because you fit and do some walking. Like I said, we had to park 2 blocks from where our shuttle bus stop was. And then we got on the shuttle bus that took us several blocks, 6 or 8 blocks, I can't remember, to the stadium. And once we got there, we had to walk to our gate, which was probably about 5 blocks. And we're talking blocks now. We're not talking from this stop sign to right over yonder. That's a whole nother, what we call blocks here in the South. We're talking about for real blocks. And we had to walk. Now, you've got to get there so freaking early. That's the only thing that's irritating. Excuse me. All that stadium dust. has got my allergies really messed up. But we got there a little before 2. We left here at 11. And we got there a little bit before 2. Of course, we made a stop, and eat and that kind of stuff. But we got there at 2, around 2. And so you can't get in till 4 o'clock, no way. And then if you think there might be a reason why you may want to come back out, then you shouldn't go in till close to 6, because I'm opening my drink, guys. Sorry. Because if you go out, you're not going back in. Sorry, I don't normally do that when I'm doing a video, but that my allergies are really messed up. But I really enjoyed it. A very part that I really liked was, the 2 to 4. Well, we didn't go until about 5, so 2 to 5. We loafed around the campus. I mean, we probably walked that campus several times. I mean, it's a good 4 or 5 blocks, and we done some walking today. I walked enough today that I shouldn't have to do no exercise for a month. But Mr. McGee ain't gonna hear that. I'm gonna tell you right now. He ain't gonna understand that I done walked myself to death today. But we walked, and we watched the frat houses and things like that, and we watched the 18 to 25-year-old college students run around doing things that we wouldn't actually think was the stupidest thing in this world, but to them it was very important. And I get that. I can get that, because I know when I was in that age range, I am sure things that I thought was important was just plumb silly. But I know this, what if I thought it was important, you couldn't convince me it wasn't. So I know where those kids are coming from. But I'm just going to tell you, I really had a blast watching those students run around. The frat houses were out. They were trying to recruit people, and they had folks doing stuff to for initiation, I guess what you call it. That was a blast. I really enjoyed, watching all the stuff they did. Now, I did realize we were extremely, extremely inappropriately dressed, apparently. Because apparently, not just these college students, but other people as well, people that were just coming to the game, if you didn't have all you tatas hung out and both butt cheeks popping when you walked, then you was overdressed. You had to be dressed that skimpy, and then they had on high heels. I mean, to go with it. And I'm like, you're at a football game and you walking these blocks through here, all these blocks of walking in those high heels that look like stilts. Some of them are just mini stilts. I mean, the people ought to join the circus when they're done, because some of those high heels were considered stilts. But anyway, needless to say, we were overdressed or inappropriately dressed. I don't know how you want to put it, but we were decently dressed, and it just didn't match everybody else. But anyway, so the game. Let's get to the game. A lot of walking. I'll explain this part to y'all before I get on the inside and tell you about the game. The elevators were closed due to COVID, so nobody had an elevator to take. So you had to walk. And it was really cool. I mean, a lot of y'all that's been to football games, y'all know and probably think, well, that wasn't important for you. You didn't tell me. But these is for people that's never been and might be curious. Think of a parking deck. How you go in on level 1 and you circle and you go to level 2 and you just keep circling all the way up to the top. Well, I don't know what it's called, but I call it a walking deck. You go through your gate, and you immediately hit the ramp, and it's this huge ramp that goes up 10 floors, and you walk, and every time you come around, you're on a different level. And whatever your level is, if you're at level 1, you just don't even go anywhere except for through the gates and into the stadium. But lo and behold, we were on up 12 floors. And the walking deck only goes up 10 floors. So we walked all the way up 10 floors. That was tiring, but wasn't that bad. I took a rest stop for maybe about 5 minutes twice. They have benches set out. So if you get tired, you can stop and just sit on the benches. And honey, there's a lot of folks sitting out. But I think I stopped twice during the whole shebang going up. And just rested about 5 minutes. But that was tiring. And then once you get off on 10, it only goes to 10. We were up 2 more. The stadium that goes up, all the way up, we had to go up the 11th, and then we were at the very back of the 12th. So we had to climb. That was nerve-wracking. Steep, straight up. I mean, straight up. Nerve-wracking. And when you sit in the seats, you felt like you were going to fall over. I mean, just bloop. But as for the game, we were actually in a very good location. The cheerleaders were right below us. We were just up really high, but they were there. Our cheerleaders were right there at our section. The band was just over a little ways from us. The next, just a couple of sections right there over. So when you watch a football game on TV, you only see really about a fourth of what really happens and what really goes on. You basically just see the football game. You don't see the party type atmosphere that it is. You don't see the the things they do on all breaks, not just halftime. I mean, every time these folks would call a timeout, whether it be a 5-minute timeout or whatever, I mean, the band wouldn't go back on the field because you got to have the field clear when the break is over. But the cheerleaders and the elephant gets out there, and it's just the things they do, and they play a lot of music, and it was really quite entertaining. And it's just something I really enjoyed, to the point that I will definitely go back. And I definitely want Derek to go just as soon as he, has a day off, has a Saturday off that he can go. But I really would love to go back because I enjoyed it that much. The walking, piece of cake when if it comes down to me not getting to go, nah, I'll walk. It'll be a piece of cake to me because I want to go back. It was really good. I really liked it. But also another thing I want to try, y'all. When you're coming in, even as far back as the spare parking lot we had to go to, tailgate people they're all through there. All through the campus, everything. And they're cooking. You can smell chili and barbecue sandwiches, and they're just cooking and having themselves a good old time. Some of the tables would be set up for beer pong, and they would be playing beer pong, and I think I would like to try the tailgate one day. And, have me some homemade chili and just chill out there with my TV. I don't know why you would pay parking fee. Makes sense of this. You drive 3 or 4 hours, pay your parking fee to park your car, and I ain't sure if you got to pay a fee to tailgate in those tailgate areas. But anyway, you pay a fee. You drive all that time. You pay a fee to at least park your car. And you don't even go in and see the game. You just practically tailgate. But anyway, it looked fun as all get out. So I do want to try it one day. I mean, that's really about all I can tell you, other than the fact that you need to have money. A soda's like $5 in there. A water's like $4. Now the prices are even higher on the energy drinks and things of that nature. But yeah, you better have some money. And you can only have clear bags. You cannot take a bag in, not even a fanny pack, that is not clear. Everything has to be in a clear bag. So y'all remember that if y'all ever go. You got to put your stuff in a clear bag. But I'm just going to tell you, it was amazing. I did not think I would enjoy a football game that much. And I actually enjoyed it to the point I will definitely be ordering tickets again real soon. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to get that off my mind why I had it on there. And I may not even post this video if it looks like crap, because as y'all can tell, I am exhausted and ready to go sleep. So anyway, if this one don't make it up tonight, I will do a new one in the morning and be done with it. But anyway, I just want to get that review out there though, while I still had all this fresh on my mind. But alright guys, I will talk to y'all later. Bye.